Countries like India are steering clear of American-made F-35 fighter jets, largely due to fears of backdoors and kill switches. We've talked about backdoors in the past, but this could now have dramatic military and economic repercussions worldwide. Let's talk about it. 大家好，我是 Surat 在中国. Hey everyone, it's Surat in China. How y'all doing today? I hope you're having a lovely day. I'm always having a great day over here in South China, sitting in the air conditioning and avoiding that oppressive heat out there. And I'm having a really good time making new videos for all of my great viewers and supporters. If you want to be a supporter of the channel, it's really easy to do. All you've got to do is hit that subscribe button below and throw a guy a thumbs up if you like the content I'm making. It goes a long way in showing YouTube that people are interested in my videos and they will share them with a broader audience. And hey, if you wanted to take your support a little further, you could become a channel member for the price of a cup of coffee each month, or you could simply buy me a coffee with one of the barcodes on the screen or down in the description below. It's completely up to you, but no matter what, I appreciate all of your support, your comments, and your questions. Thank you very much. And now on to today's topic. First, a quick primer on the F-35 Lightning II. Built by Lockheed Martin, it's said to be one of the world's most advanced stealth fighters, designed for air superiority, ground attacks, and intelligence gathering. It boasts cutting-edge features like sensor fusion, where the data from radars, cameras, and other systems merge into a single battlefield picture for the pilot. With over 8 million lines of code running the show, it's basically a flying supercomputer. Now, the US has poured billions into this technology, and it's exported to allies under strict controls. But here's the rub. Not everyone's lining up to buy it, even though the US claims it is unbeatable. So what's the core fear? Well, backdoors and kill switches. In tech terms, a backdoor is a hidden access point in software or hardware that lets someone bypass normal security. Think a secret door in a vault. A kill switch, on the other hand, is an even more direct mechanism to remotely disable the system entirely. For fighters like the F-35, this could mean that the US could flip a switch and ground an ally's fleet if relations soured. Sounds like sci-fi, right? But in exported military tech, it is a genuine concern. Countries fear that embedded code or hardware could allow remote control or shutdown, compromising their national security. But let's focus on India first. India has recently been modernizing its air force, but despite US offers, it said no to the F-35. Why? One big reason is the rumor of a kill switch. Reports suggest India worries about a remote shutdown feature that could leave its jets useless in a conflict. And this isn't just paranoia. It's tied to broader concerns over relying on foreign supply chains. If the US cuts off spare parts, software updates, or maintenance support, the jets become useless pretty fast. India has seen this play out elsewhere, like with Iran's F-14s after the revolution, where US sanctions turned advanced fighters into scrap metal. Moreover, India's strategic position plays a role. It's balancing relations with the US while maintaining ties with Russia, from whom it buys S-400 air defenses and oil. US laws like CAATSA penalize countries from buying Russian gear, which could block F-35 sales anyway. On top of that, the USA has demanded India stop purchasing oil from Russia, an economic concern which could turn into a military disaster if the US felt snubbed by this oil purchasing relationship. But the kill switch fear amplifies this even further. Indian defense analysts argue that any backdoor into the F-35 software or hardware could be exploited, not just by the US, but potentially by hackers from other countries if discovered. Instead, India is opting for alternatives like the French Rafale or its own homegrown fighters, prioritizing tech transfer and independence. Recent unjustified US tariffs under Donald Trump have only hardened this stance, with India informing the US it won't pursue F-35s amid trade tensions. And India isn't alone. Several other countries are hesitant or backing out for similar reasons. Take Germany. It's reconsidering its F-35 order due to the fears of a US kill switch under erratic policies. Swiss officials have denied remote control capabilities, but admit that the jets depend on US updates. Spain and Switzerland recently canceled potential deals worth billions, citing security risks and preferring European options like the Eurofighter. Portugal is getting cold feet as well, worrying about Trump era unreliability and volatility. Even Canada, one of the USA's strongest and closest allies, is having second thoughts. It had committed to 88 F-35s, but is now reviewing the deal amid kill switch rumors and the unjust Trump-era trade wars. Other allies like Belgium and the UK have raised eyebrows, though they've tried to publicly debunk the myth of the kill switch. These concerns have escalated after Trump's aid cuts to Ukraine sparked fears that the US could hobble allies' militaries. So, is there actually a kill switch? Official denials are emphatic. The Pentagon, Lockheed Martin, and the Allies say no. There's no remote disable button. The F-35 isn't a drone and it's not remotely controllable. But here's the technical nuance. Even with no literal switch, the US can effectively disable entire fleets through other means. The F-35 relies on systems like Alice, now called Odin, for logistics, maintenance, and mission data files. MDFs are crucial. They include threat libraries and sensor configurations processed in US facilities. Cut access, and jets lose any edge against enemies, becoming extremely vulnerable. Software updates are another risk. The F-35 needs regular patches for bugs and new threats. Without them, performance degrades quickly. Spare parts? Well, mostly US sourced. Halt shipments and the jets become grounded. Israel is the exception. It has negotiated independent systems for itself, but for others, it's trust in the US or risk obsolescence. This dependency highlights a bigger issue in networked warfare. Control over data and supply chains is power. Backdoors could exist in code, but proving it is tough without full source access, which the US military machine simply won't give. Critics argue this setup is a de facto kill switch, just not instantaneous. So, in conclusion, while the kill switch may be a myth, the fears are grounded in real vulnerabilities. For India and others, it's about sovereignty, not just buying a jet, but ensuring it flies when needed. This literally could reshape global defense markets, pushing diversity, including to Chinese military markets. So, what do you think? Are these valid concerns or are these completely overblown? Does the kill switch really exist? Let me know what you think in the comments below. But as always, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate all of your support, your comments, and your questions, and I will see you in the next video. Zai Chen.